We have a problem.
We have a problem.
A major problem.
A major problem.
And you
are a part of the solution.
The problem is
kids today are not getting one of the most critical and basic necessities of healthy growth and development.
The problem is we have rising healthcare costs that we know are threatening investments in other priorities of public spending.
The problem is we have communities where parents feel afraid to allow kids to play freely on the streets and playgrounds.
The problem is we have kids who go days, weeks, and even months without physical activity, yet they are spending on average 6 hours a day in front of a screen. This is real.
This is Canada. This is Saskatchewan.
This is your community.
As community leaders, it is our responsibility to leave a legacy of environments that support the health and vitality of our greatest assets, our children.
The facts are
less than 15% of Saskatchewan kids are getting the physical activity they need.
Physical inactivity is now the fourth leading cause of death. 26% of Canadian kids are overweight or obese.
Only 38% of kids walk to school, and parents say convenience is the #1 reason they drive their kids.
70% of kids drop out of organized sport by age 13 because of burnout and exhaustion due to high-pressure environments. The fact is, for the first time in history, children are expected to live a shorter and less healthy life than their parents. We can do better. We have to do better.
The good news is
Saskatchewan in Motion is a recognized leader in addressing the physical inactivity of kids today. In Motion encourages a shared responsibility between parents, schools, and communities. And there are more than 450 schools, thousands of families, and 150 communities who have already joined the In Motion movement. The good news is, many communities have already developed partnerships to identify and deliver innovative initiatives to inspire kids to move.
Finding the partnerships are key, and if you're working with the city or you're even in a small rural community, the municipalities are a great place to go and start. Look at the opportunities you have for whether it's a public skating rink, whether it's your school gymnasium, any other recreational facilities or opportunities that you do have in your community. I think that's the first place to start, and see what is there, for kids that you can get them active and get them doing things.
We know increased physical activity has a profound effect on academic performance, productivity, behavior, and connection to the community.
This is where you can play a role and where you benefit, because all we want is happy, healthy, and productive citizens.
We are calling on all Saskatchewan municipalities to invest leadership, time, and resources to create communities and neighborhoods where kids can be active.
We are asking municipalities to include ways to increase physical activity for kids in their community plans.
We are asking that you find ways to make active forms of transportation to school, community programs, and facilities easy and accessible.
Here's just one great example of how leaders like you are inspiring action.
Well, let's never underestimate what healthy lifestyle can do for your community. We can talk about money, we can talk about infrastructure, we can talk about a lot of things. But first and foremost, we've got to have our health. If we're going to make for communities that are worth living in, that people will move to and make investments in, and have the greatest level of employees and employee base, and healthy families. We know that this is the least healthy generation in the history of the world, and particularly Canada. What we have to do as leaders, we have to reverse that trend. I think what we need to do is continue to reinforce how important it is for groups like In Motion to partner with us, for how important it is to instill at a young age that physical activity is key.
As representatives and leaders of our Saskatchewan urban municipalities,
we need you to play a critical role in increasing physical activity in our communities and neighborhoods.
So will you join us?